I recently did a video on seasoning stainless steel, and a lot of you had some valid issues with the way things were tested. Is it beneficial to season your stainless steel pan? Does it make it non-stick and easier to clean? Does it even last? I decided to revisit this issue, and long story short, my results really haven't changed. Let's dive in. So if you haven't already, go check out my original video. That video was actually quite popular. And honestly, it was really fun reading all of your angry comments. No, but in all seriousness, there was a lot of good dialogue. There's a lot of good comments. And some of those comments were very valid though. Like for example, some of you noted that I should have used identical manufacturers and not a all-clad versus Amazon basic skillets, and that's completely valid. And I also agree that the video could have been a bit more organized and presented a little bit better. I'm a very engineer-minded type of guy, and the testing results were very interesting to me. And how they were tweaked to improve the testing results was just something that I really wanted to point out. But I understand that most of you didn't need to see that or didn't really care for that information. Long story short, my conclusions in that video were that seasoning stainless steel doesn't add a lot of benefits. I saw some improvements during cleaning, but very little non-stick capabilities, and I think most of you were really looking for that non-stick capability. Also, it's important to note that any benefits were very short-lived. As soon as you washed the pan, and I highly recommend that you wash your pans, the seasoning stripped off very quickly. Stainless steel is not like cast iron or carbon steel. It's not very porous. The seasoning doesn't polymerize and bond the same way because of the inherent materials. Remember, seasoning has one primary function with cast iron and carbon steel. Its primary function is to protect it from oxidation, from rust. It's not to provide that non-stick coating that we all love. That non-stick coating is actually a secondary benefit from seasoning your pans. Stainless steel doesn't need the protection from rust like cast iron and carbon steel does. And because of the inherent materials, the non-stick coating that you get, if any, from seasoning is very temporary. So you're much better off focusing on the fundamentals of cooking and properly preheating your pan and oil, managing your temperatures and your temperature control, and understanding the limitations of the tool you're using. Stainless steel by default requires more fat to cook with, and it's a fond king. If you don't know what fond is, it's the sticky bits that are left over. That's what it's good at, the sticky bits. So if you are looking for an answer now, there you have it. There's very little benefit to seasoning your stainless steel pans, and any benefits that you may or may not actually notice are short-lived. Now with that being said, stainless steel is actually incredibly non-stick and easy to use with very little cleanup, and if you do have a sticky mess occasionally, it's not too hard to remove it with some common household items. It's also incredibly versatile. Stainless steel is one of the most versatile pans, and that's why it's beloved in professional kitchens all over the world. So if you want to learn more about stainless steel, and check out my latest test where, again, I concluded my results regarding seasoning stainless steel. And really, if you're a stainless steel lover, what you should be focusing on, stick around. Okay, so this time around, the name of the game was sticking to one pan and one pan only. And that pan would be my budget-friendly Amazon Basics 3-ply. I wanted to stick to a budget-friendly pan because I know that most of you out there, first-timers that are considering stainless steel, you're not going to go for the most expensive pan right away. You're trying out stainless steel, and you're probably watching this video because you're learning on it. If there's any benefits to stainless steel seasoning, it's going to show up on the budget-friendly pan. Besides, I already did the seasoning process with the all-clad pan in the previous video, so this is kind of covering both bases. It's important for me to note that this pan has never been seasoned before. I made sure I cleaned it thoroughly using Barkeeper's Friend. Now, as far as the seasoning process goes, it's almost exactly like the previous video. I added a high smoke point oil, and my preferred oil is avocado oil, in case you're wondering. I took a paper towel and I made sure to spread the oil in a thin, even fashion throughout the entire pan. And then I heated up the pan, put it on my stovetop, and I heated it up for about 3 to 5 minutes until I saw it smoking. As soon as it started smoking, I turned off the heat and I allowed it to rest, and then that was it. That was the most popular seasoning method that I could find on the internet. There's several different methods out there, but that seems to be the consensus in the seasoning world for stainless steel. And then of course, I did an egg test before and after the seasoning process. And honestly, I could not tell the difference in regards to its non-stick capabilities. I've already mentioned this, but a stainless steel pan is one of the most versatile pans out there. But it has a learning period. It's really non-forgiving if you do not mind the fundamentals. So you really need to focus on preheating your pan and oil correctly. I personally like using the light and frost effect, which is a visual indicator that helps you know if your pan is too cold. It doesn't necessarily tell you if your pan's too hot or by how much. For beginners, I highly recommend that you invest in a thermal gun to measure your pans. It will help you better understand their thermal capabilities or their thermal characteristics as you're getting to know them. It's something that's truly a great investment, and I can't stress how valuable it is when you're a beginner to really understand what's going on visually or to quantify it in some way. It just helps you get to that next level. Not to mention, a thermal gun is very cheap and affordable. So anyways, I did several videos on the fundamentals of cooking that you can reference. And if you're interested, I can link them here. Also, based on the comments on my last video, a lot of you didn't really understand the tool that you were using. Stainless steel was not designed to be inherently non-stick. And if you're looking for a no fat or no oil style of cooking, I know that's very popular right now, where you really try to limit the cooking oil or fat that you're going to use in your recipes. That style of cooking is just not made for stainless steel. You might be better off investing in a good non-stick pan for those delicate times that you need it. Now, that doesn't mean that stainless steel can't be non-stick, but it requires more effort from you. In my personal opinion, non-stick pans do teach beginners bad habits, and they are terribly marketed. Not all non-stick pans are made equally, and I do go into a lot of details in my recent video, and I compared non-stick to stainless steel, cast iron and carbon steel. In that video, I actually demonstrated the importance of first learning the basics, the fundamentals, and the importance of them before buying a nonstick pan. And you might be surprised just how well stainless steel did against a nonstick pan in that egg test. So to summarize this video, seasoning your stainless steel doesn't have a lot of benefits, and what little benefits you have are easily washed away. Learn how to use your pan, understand each tool's strengths and weaknesses, and strive to be a better cook by learning the foundation of cooking so you can cook on any pan. That, in my opinion, will take you even further on your cooking journey than seasoning a stainless steel pan. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you on the next video.